come on, man. She valued certain things. Who are we to say that she's not
She
in
doesn't
the right
value
position to
herself.
value what she values?
She doesn't value herself.
It's so easy for us to say that, but have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her?
Wow, that's
anybody in a relationship with in a marriage does not deserve to be talked to and treated that way. And they also do not deserve to be cheated on and have somebody else looked at as more appealing than they are. If you think that's a healthy relationship, it's not. And it's toxic. And you know it. That nigga was also nigga shit, and she's a sucker for love. She probably has low self-esteem. There's bigger things at play here. Y'all love a woman to be a play toy.
I don't want to mess up the brand because toxic is not what you're describing. That's toxic is what you're describing,
exactly,
right?
Definitely.
Toxic is what I do. It's how, S&M and I, we get a little fun with it, some level of balance. But what you're describing is a little toxic.
It's very toxic.
And what I'm simply, and I know S&M want to go ahead and just talk her talk, but all I'm simply saying is I don't judge people. And if they have a covenant before God, I was not at their wedding. They chose to make a covenant. They chose to make a commitment to each other. And she was speaking to that. So for me, I try to honor people where they're at, what they're saying, because other than the clip and what they're telling us, we don't know for real. And that woman said she was graced by God. And she sat there and told her truth in front of the fucking world and had no shame about it. So kudos to her and whatever our judgment is. But she's going to be married to the nigga tomorrow. And it's going to be what it's going to be. But go ahead, SNL.
So I would concur that she's going to be married to him tomorrow, the next day, because if she hunted him down like Urkel until he was like, fine, let me just give you a shot, then obviously that's where she wanted to be in the first place. I'm not knocking the fact that she wanted to be, but to the other women out there, if you not his number one, she wasn't even his number two, to be honest, or maybe he thought she looked like number two, and that's why he treated her like number two, but whatever's clever. So when you talk about through the grace of God, this confuses me because I'm like, that's not how God speaks about grace, nor is that how he speaks about love. So when you tell me these things and you're putting it on God that led you that way, was it really God that led you that way? And if you're hearing that voice, was it really God's voice, or was it your own inner voice of insecurities and self-consciousness and thankfulness that you got this man and get to keep this man because he's in a powerful position? That was talking, because I don't understand this type of God that tells you to be with somebody who's constantly shitting on you and who's putting you down. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad that he's in an open relationship, as in she accepts his mistress, because adultery was actually listed as one of the 10 commandments, as in thou shalt not. So before he got into to her being accepting because of grace by God, he was into that adultery category as a pastor of the church. But they say all men have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So I'm not here to judge him for his sinning, you know what I'm saying? Because that's between him and his God. But what I will say for other women, don't let religion get you acting stupid out here. Because religion, particularly when I say religion, I'm going to be more precise. When I say religion, I mean man's religion, not your spirituality or your connection with God. Because if you go to church will tell you, oh, you need to stick to that man because that's the demon of lust that's in him. That's why he keeps cheating on you. Oh, he an alcoholic? That's the demon of alcohol that's on him. You need to pray for him and you need to do this for him. Versus recognizing that you have your own wants and needs and desires, as well as the need to have psychological safety in your own damn relationship. And so I'm just going to say, just be careful who you choose and what you choose, because to me, this sounds like foolery, and it was not. But she said it was God's grace. So I'm going to let her have God's grace, because maybe that was God's grace talking to her so she can accept this form of foolery. So she can be like, well, God told me this, because I'd rather have this illusion of God telling me this versus recognizing this is my choice. I actually chose this. Versus saying, but I can rely back and say, oh, this was God's grace because now I look holy moly, especially since I'm the first lady. Go ahead, girl. I see you.
You know, it's funny. This is actually going to lead right into the next story, because I feel like y'all have a lack of imagination as women. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all act like there aren't. I'm just going to give you a quick scenario, right? If that woman wanted a pastor, like let's say she targeted a pastor because she valued being with a man of the cloth in that community. And she said she's willing to pay whatever the cost is because she has a target on that particular pastor. She had the choice of dating Ronald from up the street, who would have gave her love and treated her like a queen, but she had a desire for the life that pastor would ever provided, right? In that scenario, is it possible that it's not a self-esteem issue? It is more of what she chooses to prioritize and or put up with. Because put the emotions to the side, people deal with and make conscious decisions to deal with things beneficial and non-beneficial all the time. So I get what y'all saying. I'm not taking nothing away from the religious part, S&M. I agree with you. And I'm also not taking nothing away from women who have low self-esteem. But when I say y'all have a lack of imagination, it seems like y'all can't imagine there are some women out there who prioritize something differently than what y'all would prioritize. And because of the position that she is coming from, she recognizes that, yes, she ain't the cutest thing. But so she was ugly her whole life. That's not bothering her. She had a vision. She knew what she wanted. And she went out there and got it, for God's sakes. Right? And so, yeah, we look from judgment, but her priorities could be different.